Good morning, friends and fellow traders. This is Doug Campbell, and this is Right Way Options coming to you with the morning market preparation video for December 20th, 2017. So only 5 days till Christmas, and we had a little bit of bearish action. Who dares to short Santa? I mean, really? Come on now. We had bearish engulfing candles in the diamonds, the SPY, and IWM, and even the Qs got into the little bit of a selling mode yesterday. Nothing awful, just a little bit of profit taking, it looks like to me. And this morning, we're getting a little bit of a rejection of that. It could be a result of, the Senate passing the tax reform bill. It could be a result of the good earnings out of FedEx and MU yesterday at the close, driving the market higher. But it looks like we're going to gap up this morning very near the high of yesterday, or very near an all-time high of the market. If the bulls get a little bit more fire going, that could actually pop a little farther. Now, I'm not sure there's enough short interest to really kick off a true short squeeze, and that would be anybody that got short is now forced to exit that trade by buying to cover, pushing the market higher. So we'll see. Kind of keep an eye on that. They may actually use that short squeeze for that opportunity to drive that market higher and maybe tag that 25,000 mark on the Dow up here. And I just can't believe that they won't try to reach out for it, but we'll have to wait and see. It'll be kind of an interesting thing to keep an eye on. Let's take a look. Well, if the futures have anything to say about it, we're only going to be, 150 points from that at the open. So it could be an interesting thing to watch and see if they're going to drive it up there or not before the holiday. Let's take a quick look at the SPY. SPY, really ugly bearish engulfing candle here yesterday in the SPY. A lot more selling here. And this morning we're seeing a gap up somewhere into the middle of that. Nothing that's going to completely recover yesterday. So keep an eye on the SPY. The SPY might give us some clues. If we happen to gap up and run directly into sellers today, be very, very careful. You don't want to chase this market, but you also don't want to anticipate a sell-off, because here's the facts. We're trending up. You don't want to get short or try to anticipate the short when we're still in a trend. Let the breakdown occur. Stand aside. Let the breakdown occur. Sell-offs always occur the same way. There is an initial wave down, and then there's a rally back. It's the rally back failure that's always the place where you want to consider short. Going short, your stop loss can be very close, and you usually don't have to worry about the ugly whipsaws and the big short squeeze price action that can happen right through here and cause lots of damage to your account. Let the big guys decide when the market is finished going up, and once they decide, there's plenty of opportunity for us to follow. Now, that means what you need to do is manage your current positions. So if you feel very, very nervous about the fact that the market could roll over, then it's time to just start taking profits and stand aside. Exit those positions, stand aside, and let that occur. If it does occur, you're going to be perfectly set up, just patiently waiting for that rally back failure pattern that can set you up short. And you've protected your capital. And if you study any sell-off in the market, they all occur the same way. And it can be a lower high or it can be a double top high. They always occur that way. Remember, it's the big guys that move the market. We just get to, as retail traders, we get to go along for the ride if we're patiently watching and just follow them. Okay, let's take a quick look at the Qs. Qs gapped down a little bit yesterday and found some sellers, but it didn't really get ugly here in the Qs. Let's keep in mind we still are trending higher. We haven't broken this little uptrend, and who knows? Who knows? We could today, but let's not predict that. Looks like we're going to gap up pretty close to the high of yesterday on the Qs at the open, assuming that the news continues to encourage that higher. IWM. Now, IWM, really ugly. Kind of a double top pattern here. One that you really don't want to see. With a bearish engulfing candle, suggesting this will move on lower. And if there's any chance of a weak index, it's probably going to be IWM that would show us that first. Now you can see we're going to gap up this morning, but not nearly, not even covering half of this candle. So kind of keep an eye here. It might be your early warning signal of that potential sell-off. But here's a really good example. If even the small caps can't really get going to the downside yet, trying to predict this short, kind of a dangerous game. Okay, so be careful. Let's take a look at the VIX. The VIX yesterday saw a little bit of tiny little bit of fear come into the market. Little bounce off of these lows down here. Remember, we're down here testing these historic low levels. This gap up this morning could easily move this right back down here to the low. So kind of keep an eye on it. As I look at this market right now, we're poised for about a 90-point gap up in the Dow. So the bulls are still willing to fight, and we don't want to stand in their way during that time. If we take a look at T21.22, T21.22 is going to show us that yesterday's pullback brought us way back down here. I know there was concern yesterday that we could be reaching up here to that bearish reversal zone, but look what happened here, T21.22. This gives us considerably more room maybe to run higher. So kind of keep an eye on that. It also could suggest that we seek a new low over the next few days. So kind of watch that. We're kind of in that mid-range on the 4-week new high-low ratio. So watch that closely. So we had great earnings yesterday out of FDX. FDX gapping way up this morning and looking good. MU also gapping up, looking strong here at the moment. That should help the market. And we've got some earnings today that could also move the market around. So kind of keep an eye on that. I know GIS is reporting today. It looks like it may have reported, and General Mills just slightly positive, and trying to break this downtrend and move higher. General Mills, a big old blue chipper that might be helping move the market here just a little bit. So keep an eye on this. Don't try to predict. Remember that we're heading into the holiday season. It would be not unusual at all to see volumes dry up. You know, a lot of traders will be heading out on vacations. So volumes could dry up very, very quickly after a morning pop, and we go nowhere. We gap up and just chop. So be real careful of that. Don't chase this market, all right? On the economic calendar today, we have existing home sales. Those existing homes, yesterday the housing starts were really strong. Existing home sales are also predicting a very strong report this month. So that could help drive the market a little bit higher. And then we have this troublesome petroleum status report that has been trending or showing a trend of increasing supplies and providing concern that demand for petroleum may be declining. So that's made it really difficult for the oil stocks to get going and kind of participate in the market. If we happen to get a good report, hey, who knows? We had some cold weather, perhaps demand increased. I don't know. Keep an eye on that. It definitely can move the market around, so be aware of that. On the earnings front, I already mentioned we had GIS, but we also want to kind of keep an eye on for this afternoon is Bed Bath & Beyond is reporting this afternoon, and that's a stock that's coming up out of a bottom here, one of the retail sector stocks that have been showing some strength here lately. So kind of keep an eye on that. Bed Bath & Beyond could also be one of those that gives the market a little bit of encouragement if retail is going to come back around and show some strength. So with that, folks, if this is the first time you have seen this information, seen these videos, please do me a favor and click that subscribe button on YouTube, the follow me button on Facebook, and click those thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. And also, please feel free to share this video with any of your friends and family, anyone that you think it might be helpful. It's something I do every day. I find this very important for me, and I just happen to share it. So if you find it useful, please feel free to share it as well. Also, thank you for all of those who leave a comment. I really do appreciate it. Everyone, take care. Have a great day, and I will talk to you all very, very soon, bright and early tomorrow morning. Take care now.
Ho, 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 ho.